Today. Now, former US President Donald Trump, who's running for the post of president once again, has condemned attacks on Bangladeshi Hindus and other minorities in a post on social media platform X. Now, Trump said, and I quote him here, I strongly condemn the barbaric violence against Hindus, Christians and other minorities who are getting attacked and looted by mobs in Bangladesh, which remains in a total state of chaos, unquote. In fact, Trump further went on to write that, and I again quote him here, under my administration, we will also strengthen our great partnership with India and my good friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, unquote. So Donald Trump there condemning the violence and saying that Kamala Harris, Joe Biden ignored Hindus. So he's making a pitch for his during his campaign now, and say that he will fight for the rights of Hindus there in Bangladesh, for the rights of Hindus. Take a listen to the reaction that have come in on that.
हर देशों के किसी न किसी रूप में संबंध है, उसी प्रकार से अमेरिका का संबंध है। और जो हमारे बांग्लादेश में और ये घटना हुई, वहाँ के राष्ट्रपति भाग करके और यहाँ भारत में शरण लिया, वहाँ से आने के बाद जो हिंदुओं के ऊपर अत्याचार हो रहा है, इस बात को जान करके पूरा देश किसी न किसी रूप परेशान है। हमारे बहुत दिन से संबंध है, भारत और बांग्लादेश से है। हमारा बहुत दिन से हमारा भारत का और बांग्लादेश का ये संबंध है, और इसीलिए उनको शरण लेना भारत को, वहाँ के राष्ट्रपति को आना पड़ा। अब उनके आने के बाद में जो अत्याचार हिंदुओं पर हो रहा है, वो बहुत ही दुखदाई है, कष्टदायी है, और इसको किसी न किसी रूप से रोकना जरूरी है। नहीं रोका जाएगा तो ये जितने भी वहाँ के हिंदू हैं वो परेशान होंगे और उनकी संख्या घटेगी। यह सब देख करके ये अमेरिका को चिंतित होना है, और वह चिंता जरूरी है। इस चिंता का समाधान भी भारत को और अमेरिका को चाहिए कि करें, सोचें।
ये एक स्वागत कदम है। देखिए कि कोई वर्ल्ड लीडर और खासकर अमेरिकन लीडर इस बात को एक्नॉलेज कर रहा है कि हाँ, बांग्लादेश में जो कुछ हुआ है वो गंभीर था और नहीं होना चाहिए था और इसी चीज़ें रुकनी चाहिए थी। तो इस एक स्वागत कदम है, लेकिन साथ ही साथ एक बड़ी अजीब विचित्र विडंबना है देश की और दुनिया की कि जब हिंदुओं के ऊपर हमले होते हैं, हिंदुओं को सताया जाता है, तो न सिर्फ बाकी वर्ल्ड लीडर्स जो है ना चुप्पी साध लेते हैं, अपितु साथ ही साथ उस ऑपरेशन को ऑपरेशन नहीं माना जाता, उसको उत्पीड़न को उत्पीड़न नहीं माना जाता, ऐसी खबरों को छुपाया भी जाता है। तो ये स्वागत कदम है। मैं कहता हूँ डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ही क्यों, यूएन सेक्रेटरी जनरल को और बाकी लोगों को भी इस बारे में, और यूएनएचआरसी को भी आगे आना चाहिए। बांग्लादेश में जो कुछ हुआ और हो रहा है बेहद गंभीर है।
And for more on this, in fact, we'll speak to the Vice President of Kolkata ISKCON Temple, Radharaman Das. Thank you so much for joining us on Republic TV, sir. And there have been constantly, we are seeing that there are news that how there have been more than 1,000 incidents of Hindus being attacked right after that political upheaval, right after Sheikh Hasina fled the country. And there are many people who have in fact spoken out against. Now, it is Donald Trump who is running for the president post once again, and he has said that the Biden administration has ignored Hindus, the rights of Hindus in Bangladesh. Also, not to forget that the current chief of interim government, Muhammad Yunus, is known to be in proximity with the Biden administration. So, how do you see the comments? Because several leaders have welcomed Donald Trump's statement.
We are very thankful to Donald Trump that he has spoken. Actually, it is very surprising that when Hindus are attacked, and we are seeing in Bangladesh what is happening for last almost 70-80 days. In October alone, 44 Hindu women were raped, out of which 30 were minor girls. And nobody is taking notice of this. So we are very thankful that Donald Trump has very strongly spoken in support of Bangladeshi Hindus. And this is shocking that when Hindus are on back foot, nobody speaks. We saw that when Barack Obama was here, when he was the American president, when he was in India, then that time some miscreants had thrown some stones on a church and their window pane has broken. And we know that when Barack Obama came to India, he raised that issue with Narendra Modi ji, our honorable Prime Minister. So now same government is there, and they are not seeing the plight of Hindus in Bangladesh. That is very, very shocking. So we are very thankful to Donald Trump that he has spoken. Donald Trump is a very kind person. Around 48 years back, he has helped iskcon also. When he was 30 years old, in 1976, in New York, devotees, they were planning to arrange Rath Yatra, and they were not getting a place to build Jagannath chariots. And somebody suggested that there is a big rail yard, and devotees then found out that that belonged to Donald Trump. And when they went to meet him, his secretary told that, I don't think that he will agree to give that rail yard. But anyway, give in writing. So devotees, they wrote an application and then kept prasadam for him. And after 3 days, the secretary called and she told that it's very surprising that Donald Trump agreed and he has given that rail yard for constructing Lord Jagannath's chariots. And because of Donald Trump, iskcon could celebrate first Rath Yatra in New York City, and those chariots were massive. And we also saw in 2024, when in Pennsylvania, Butler, Pennsylvania, he was giving speech, he was attacked. That time we all were celebrating Rath Yatra here in India. And we saw that how, he just for a millisecond, he got saved. So that time I had tweeted that God has saved, Jagannath has reciprocated the favor which he has done 48 years back in America, and he got saved. So he is connected, like he has done good for iskcon 48 years back. He is a kind person. And we pray for him that, and we are very, very grateful when the world has forgotten the Hindus of Bangladesh. He remembered them. And his voice is very powerful. His voice is very powerful, and we pray for him.
Absolutely, Mr. Das. Of course, it's very important, right? Just 5 days ahead of the polling in America, Donald Trump makes this statement. Not to forget that the Indian-American vote bank is very, very crucial in certain regions for the party, for his presidency. And that's what, of course, is important. But at the same time, it's the first time we see any, former American president or any such leader speaking out in the open and so strongly for the rights of Hindus. But thanks so much, Mr. Rajaraman Das, for joining us on Republic TV with your thoughts on that story. We'll keep a track of more updates coming in, viewers. Now we are tracking more reactions that have come in on Donald Trump's statement on the plight of Bangladeshi Hindus.
It is partially correct because the recent occurrence after 5th August, actually there are occurrences which are politically motivated, and about 60% occurrence who are engaged in army politics and who are the supporter of the then regime, Sheikh Hasina's regime, who were actively participated during last 15 years against the people. So most of the victims are belong to Awami League. In addition to that, there are some occurrences which are we may call it some miscreants or communal forces who targeted the Hindu, Buddhist, Christian community. And last 15 years there are so many occurrences. That is, all the victims are Hindus, Buddhists, Christian at that time. But during that time, there were no cases filed against the miscreants, and they were not prosecuted by the then regime.